Hello there. Our topic for today is abnormalities in motor unit potentials. In the previous video, we have discussed the normal parameters such as duration, amplitude, phase, turn of motor unit potentials. In today's video, we will be discussing about the abnormalities seen in motor unit potentials in various neurological as well as myogenic conditions. So the first type of abnormality is short duration motor unit potentials. Basically, the duration of such abnormal potentials are shorter than that of the corresponding normal value for the muscle of that particular age. Always remember that there have been extensive research which have found or given us certain ranges of normal values. So short duration motor unit potential corresponds कि whenever the duration of such potentials is shorter in accordance to the normal value of the particular age of the muscle. Short duration motor unit potentials are seen in neuromuscular junction abnormalities such as myasthenia gravis, right? Then myopathies. Also in the early stage of reinnervation after the nerve damage, because in this early stage of reinnervation after the nerve damage, some of the motor unit potentials are active, some are still regenerating, so only some of them are able to produce this motor unit potentials for a shorter duration of time. That is why we have a short duration motor unit potentials. In this diagram you can see this is the normal motor unit potential. This is a short duration polyphasic. It is known as polyphasic because see, this is the one phase, this is the another phase. So as you can see, the normal motor unit potential here and the abnormal, you can see here the abnormality, and it is also polyphasic in nature. Moving forward, long duration motor unit potential, completely opposite to short duration motor unit potential. When the duration exceeds the normal value according to the age of the muscle, it is known as long duration motor unit potentials. You can see that clinically this long duration motor unit potentials are having a high amplitude and poor recruitment. Poor recruitment means less number of motor units are involved in the generation of motor unit potentials. Okay, sometimes it happens that the amplitude may be normal or low. Right, long duration motor unit potentials are seen in motor neuron disease, axonal neuropathy with collateral sprouting. Axonal neuropathies with collateral sprouting is nothing but whenever the axon regenerates, it gives out certain small branches of the nerves or of the axons, which is known as collateral sprouting. In this diagram you can see this is a normal motor unit potential, and see the duration is abnormally long. Here you can see this is the normal one, this is the abnormally longer duration, right? So this is how the again it is polyphasic in nature because this is one phase, this is the second phase, and this is the third phase. The next type is polyphasic potentials. As you can see in this diagram, any motor unit potential which has more than 4 phases, right, or 5 or more phases in more than 10% of the muscles, it is known as polyphasic potentials. These polyphasic potentials are generally considered abnormal and are elicited only and only during voluntary contraction. They are not elicited at rest. They are typically seen in myopathies, peripheral nerve involvement, nerve root compression. This polyphasic potential occur because there is a decrease in the number of active muscle fibers. Some of the muscle fibers have degenerated, some of the muscle fibers have died. So the number of active muscle fibers in a particular motor unit is quite less. It is seen that the entire motor unit will fire during voluntary contraction, but the number of muscle fibers firing are less. So what they do, they try to compensate. So in this compensatory mechanism you can see that this type of polyphasic potentials. Polyphasic potential may also be seen in the early stages of regeneration of the peripheral nerve after a traumatic peripheral nerve injury, because some muscle fibers have renervated and they try to generate action potential, they try to compensate for those muscles which are not working. Then we have a mixed pattern. In mixed pattern, you will be seeing a mixture of certain long duration and certain short duration polyphasic motor unit potentials. This is seen in myopathies as well as in neurogenic abnormalities. Then we have doublets or triplets. See, whenever a motor unit potential is normally discharged, right, whenever it is normally discharged, this motor unit potential occurs as a single potential. We will go back, I will show you in the diagram. See, a motor unit potential appears like this. It is a single pattern, it is a single motor unit potential that is developed, right? But in this doublets or triplets, you see such patterns. See, there is overlapping, there are two potentials, there are multiple potentials here. So this is how the doublets, triplets or multiplets look like. Okay, sometimes the motor unit potentials are fired at 2 or more times within an interval of 10 to 30 milliseconds. It is particularly seen in motor neuron disease, specifically seen in metabolic myopathies, endocrine myopathies, tetany, ischemia. So these are certain conditions where you can see this abnormal doublets or multiplets. So this was all about the abnormalities seen in motor unit potentials. Now we will be discussing about the recruitment of motor unit potential. Recruitment is nothing but addition or activation of motor units, okay, whenever the voluntary contraction is initiated. So in the third phase, we ask the patient to initiate a voluntary contraction. On initiation of voluntary contractions, the motor units are recruited in an orderly manner. That is, the smallest motor unit is recruited first and largest the later. The rate of firing of individual potentials during muscle contraction will be out of proportion. Under abnormal condition, this pattern is disrupted. The rate of firing is disrupted and you will be seeing a reduced recruitment of motor units, right? This is found in all neurogenic lesions. This diagram will make it clear. You can see that there is this is the normal recruitment pattern and this is a poor recruitment pattern, where you can see that the number of motor units involved is quite less as compared to the normal recruitment pattern. Then interference. As the voluntary contraction increases, what happens here is there is a dense pattern. Okay, there is a dense pattern seen because all these motor unit potentials overlap each other. So this is known as interference pattern, when all this motor unit potential from all the muscle fibers are overlapping each other. This pattern is scattered or a lens or there is a less dense pattern in motor neuron disease, right? So this diagram will make it clear for you. You can see this is a normal under normal condition at rest. Okay, there is nothing. Okay, there is a zone of electrical silence. You can see some abnormal potentials here at rest. You can see in myopathic lesion it is normal. With slight effort, you can see the motor unit potential recruitment has begin. In neurogenic lesion, you will be seeing that there is a long duration and short duration doublets. You can see here it is a single motor unit potential, where here there is a multiple motor unit potential, and here you can see that the recruitment pattern is very less. With strong effort, you can see this is a total interference pattern under normal circumstances, where the waveforms are quite dense and overlapping. There is no baseline visible here, whereas in this you can see there is a scattered. For example, some muscle fibers in the muscle are firing, then some are not firing, so we get a baseline here, then again some of them are firing. So you can see that the amplitude of, you see this, the amplitude of the motor unit potential is quite high, but the interference pattern is scattered, whereas in myogenic type of lesion the amplitude is quite low as compared to this, but the interference is still denser as compared to this type of neurogenic lesion. Whenever the nerve is involved, you will be seeing this type of picture. When the muscle is involved, you will be seeing this type of picture. Okay, so this was all about abnormalities in motor unit potentials. Thank you.